Families shaken by the BioCare scandal are finally getting their day in court. It's been 2 years since that Albuquerque company was caught dumping body parts that were meant for research. To add insult to injury, BioCare was then caught giving back the wrong cremains, sometimes just plain old ashes, to the families. Here's News 13's Alex Tomlin with the new developments. Alex?
Dick, some of the families have been left with nothing, but others are still fighting to hold someone responsible for the heartless handling of bodies, the people they loved.
I wonder if that's my dad.
Chuck Hines was watching Channel 13 in 2010 when we first reported on Paul Montano. Hines would soon find out his father, Charles, who had donated his body to BioCare for medical research, had not been returned as promised.
I don't know if I got his ashes back or human ashes back.
Parts of Hines' body were found along with 7 heads, a number of torsos, and an assortment of limbs at a Kansas City medical waste incinerating company. That facility was not meant to dispose of body parts, but that's where owner Paul Montano had been sending remains to get rid of them. When cops raided Montano's company on Paseo, they found even more body parts, some in fridges, others left out in the open to decompose. Why? Montano claimed his finances were floundering, so he couldn't afford the cost of cremating the bodies. Hines wasn't the only victim of Montano and BioCare.
I had one client who thought he received his wife's ashes, and then after the police raided the BioCare facility, found out that his wife was completely intact and essentially rotting there at the office.
Eric Lohman represented 2 other families whose civil cases came to a halt quickly.
Paul Montano and BioCare were the real bad guys here, and when they filed bankruptcy, then the civil case against them just stops.
Montano had been charged criminally with fraud, but
when the district attorney decided not to prosecute him criminally, there weren't very many other places for them to turn.
Now a couple of the families are suing the funeral homes, which had contracts with Montano to cremate the bodies. Lohman says his clients tried similar lawsuits, only to be disappointed.
In our case, the court found that the funeral homes didn't have any duty to verify that the people they were cremating were the people that they thought they were cremating or that they were supposed to be cremating.
Charles Hines is still suing Noblin Funeral Services. In fact, jury selection continued today in his case. A jury is expected to decide if the funeral home is partly responsible for the mixed-up remains by the end of the week. Dick.
Okay, Alex, another family is suing Riverside Funeral Home Incorporated of Berlin, claiming it should have known that Montano was not accredited or licensed to handle bodies for medical research.